In this video, it's very nice out. It's March 30th. It's a full moon. There's a lot of crazy people out. They're all upset about things. I want to show you what I got in. The last order of parts for this engine right here. This 120cc monster DIO engine. I think it's an AF-16. I recently took, this is one of my favorite jugs right here. This is a 52.5 cc SEF jug, and it says SEF here somewhere on it. Maybe it's here. No. Shit. Made in ROC, and that means Republic of Canada. Why they did it in English, I don't know. Canadians don't speak English. I don't know what the hell they speak. Anyway, that has some oil on it that I'm going to take off this top gasket and clean this cylinder up. That's a nice thing. When I talked to Steve at VT, he sent me a couple of these gaskets, and you simply cannot Mickey Mouse or jury rig a gasket for one of these. You have to get the factory gaskets or you got problems. So let's see what I got in, and then I'll tell you why I got what I got. Let's see. I love this. If you know, to me, it's like fucking Christmas. Even as an old guy, it's like Christmas. I think we're missing something here. Anyway, I got a deal on, this is Blenzol. Blends with methanol, alcohol, and gasoline. Klotz Blenzol has been around for decades. If you were an older rider and you've ever used this before, it used to come in a little tiny gold can that you would have to open with a can opener, and that was Klotz gold. Then I had a gold can. They had green and gold, and it was expensive. Okay, the next thing I got is Bel-Ray 100% synthetic. I like to try different types of oils on the bike. The neat thing about it is, if the price of oil goes up, the oil companies and all of these suppliers have a rule. It's called up like a rocket, down like a feather, which means if the oil prices raise 25 cents a gallon or whatever, they'd add 25 cents of this right now, even though they paid 25 cents less for it. That's up like a rocket. Now, if the price went down 50 cents, well, it's down like a feather. It'll take months before they'll lower the price. Now, this is kind of odd because I ordered a few things and they're not here. Shit. Whoops. Yet. These parts right here are stock Honda parts for a front wheel. And they're extra parts too. This is a stock Honda front wheel axle. So you go, well, why do you need that? Well, the thing is that my bike is 25 years old. I run it for 25 years. I'm going to buy these parts before they go out of business. So I have an axle here for a front wheel. I have a spacer that goes right there. And I have something else. And my battery's going low. Then I bought 2 Iridium plugs, and these were, I don't know, 12 bucks a piece. on these. Iridiums are kind of cool because they have a little tiny spark plug on them, a little tiny electrode. As you can see, they have a little tiny, and they're platinum, and they look cool. And this is a I'm going to run these in my bike. And the next thing is, there's supposed to be a front wheel on here. I've got the axle, the collar, the nut, both Blendzals, and the other things. But I also spent $125 and I bought a new front wheel assembly. Now, when you buy the front wheel assembly, I'm going, well, why should I do that? Well, because I like Honda wheels. Plus, if you buy the whole assembly, they give you all the internal seals, plus the bearings, everything else. And I'm running this damn bike at 80 miles an hour. And I'm running it with the same wheel, same bearings, same axle that I have been running it. And it's about time maybe I should think about my safety at that speed and buying these parts before they're out of business. What I suggest that you do is, if you go on Bike Bandit and you need parts for your Honda Elite 50 SR50 that they stopped making in the year 2000, they are stopping making parts for them. There is no more stator. There is no more flywheel. There is no more front plastics. They simply, they're stopping making these. So if you want to get some good OEM parts, I would get them now. But this is what I really wanted to show you was the front wheel, because I already bought a brand new rear wheel, but it didn't come in. So anyway, everything is here except for the wheel for this new engine. The next thing will be is to fine-tune the engine where I want it. I will not place it in the bike just yet because I'm going to take the panels off the bike. I'm going to do a complete series on how to repaint all of the panels like a mirror finish. Alright, happy April Fools, rock on. This is DIOSpeedDemon.